Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing how to calculate a percent within a percent. Now I do understand I have some other YouTube videos going into more depths about percents, so check those out if you want to know more about percents. Alright, so the question is, what are the steps to finding a percent? Well, simple. Starting off with the very first step, you want to convert each percent to a decimal. To do this, we want to divide by 100 to convert. So when you have a percentage number, like for example, 2% or 3%, we're going to turn that into a decimal by dividing by 100. Now our second step is to multiply the decimals. So when we turn each percent into a decimal, we're just going to multiply those two values together. And the third step is once we multiply those decimals, of course, we're going to have to convert back to a percent. You can do this by timesing 100, or you can use a simple calculator. Alright, so example number 1. What is 40% of 70%? Well, I know that I have to convert 40% to a decimal. To do this, I'm going to do 40 divided by 100, and when I do that, I get 0.40. Now, I'm going to convert 70 into a decimal, so I'm going to do 70 divided by 100, and when I do that, I get 0.70. Now, I'm going to want to multiply these values together. So I'm going to do 0.40 times 0.70. Once I do that, I'm going to get 0.28. Now, I'm going to convert that into a percentage, and to do that, I would just do 0.28 times 100, and I get 28%. Alright, moving on to our next example. So, example number 2, what is 232% of 500%? Now, we're going to have to remember the first step, and that first step would be to turn both these values into decimals. So let's start with 232. We're going to convert that to a decimal. 232 divided by 100 equals 2.32. Now we're going to convert 500% into a decimal. So 500 divided by 100 equals 5. Now that I have these two values, I'm going to multiply the decimals together. So 2.32 times 5, and I get 11.6, and that could easily be 11.6%. For this one, I didn't have to multiply by 100 because I didn't have a 0 in front, but I have other videos on percentages that go further depth into that. Alright, let's look at number 3, example number 3. What is 30% of 94%? So I know, remembering the first step, which would be, and I'm going to give you some time to think about this one, what would the first step to converting a percentage be? Take some time, pause the video if you need to, and think about it. Alright, so our first step will be converted to decimal, and to do that, I can do divided by 100. So 30 divided by 100, I get 0.3. Now my second step would be to convert 94 into a decimal. So I would do 94 divided by 100, and when I do that, I get 0.94. Now, what will my third step be? My third step would be to multiply these two decimals together. And when I do that, I get 0.3 times 0.94, and when I times those together, I get 0.282. Now, to make it into a percentage, which would be my fourth step, I would simply do 0.282 times 100, and I get my percentage form, which is 28.2. Alright, that's all for today's video. Leave a comment down below if this helped you, or if you have any questions or comments. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Check out my other math videos for more math help. And this is Ari, the math tutor, signing out. Bye!